Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Quotable Podcast. This is going to be a different one because Dutch is actually not here in the studio with me. Say hi, Dutch.
Well, what's going on, good people?
So, we're going to attempt to record a fan theory episode while Dutch is remote. And let's see if we can make it work using my new recording toy. It's going to be a good one. All right, Dutch. So,
Well, this one here is going to be interesting to say the least.
That's what she said.
So, I guess give us some background. Like, what kind of inspired the idea for you to do like a fan theory episode?
Well, I mean, a lot of fan theories have been kind of popping up on my social media feeds here and there, and I thought one of them was kind of interesting just because of the way it's laid out. So I delved a little bit deeper into it, and with this one here, it's not even really just one fan theory, but I have three different fan theories. Two of them, I guess, is something that's just kind of going around. And the third one I just thought was, I just thought it was funny. And I think it would be fun to talk about.
Yeah. And I have also had a few of these fan theories come up in my feed as well. I don't want to overlap with the ones that I've heard. So I guess I'll wait until you get through the ones that you have down, and then if there's time to kind of touch on the ones that I've heard, cool. Or if we've already covered it with yours, then even better. So
yeah,
I guess without further ado, let's start off with your first one.
Okay. Well, I'm not even sure. I can't remember now. The fan theory is going to be about the movie Titanic. And I think a lot of people are kind of going around, probably sitting there like thinking right now, like, oh yeah, we've all heard the theory. They both could have fit on the door.
It's not that, folks.
No, it is not that at all. So one of the first things that kind of popped out at me that I was like really psyched out of my mind about.
It was just one of those ideas where you're just like, yes.
Yes. Was that Jack was actually a time traveler, which I kind of thought to myself, I was like, well, this is ridiculous. Like, and I mean, I remember like I was kind of laughing when I read it because I was like, that's stupid.
It is kind of dumb, but go on.
But that he's a time traveler, that he goes back just to save Rose's life. And there are a couple things in this, especially when Jack's character's kind of introduced. Jack's haircut is not really a haircut that anybody had in that era of time.
Well, they were really reaching for that one, huh?
Well, not only that, but like even his clothes were a little bit like newer and more modern for someone that's supposed to be like, he's just a poor old white boy. And also the fact he carried a rucksack. And rucksacks had not been invented yet. But those things should probably be looked over a little bit and just be like, you never know, maybe he was poor and couldn't afford a haircut. Or maybe he's like me. He was like, you know what? I'm trying to reclaim my youth, so I'm letting my hair grow long. Who knows?
Yeah, and I've watched behind the scenes for a number of films, and especially when it comes to like the period pieces, they're never historically accurate. I mean, right. I think they get it maybe 3/4, just get that 75% to 80%. They do okay, but I think when it comes to certain things, clothing, technology, they don't always hit the mark. And I think it's not necessarily out of negligence. I think it might just be it was a choice. It was an intentional choice that was made by the producer uh, to include that in the film. Um, so I don't know, but I digress.
Well, I think another thing is like when it comes to something like that, I believe that you probably have something along those lines where it's like, yeah, you do have like producers and everything, but when it comes to the movie Titanic, I think what a lot of people, you know, firmly think about, at least I think about, is that James Cameron actually actually like did his best to recreate everything about the Titanic itself, like the grand staircase, hell, I think it was even the one scene in the captain's quarters, the like the clock on the mantle and stuff. Like he wanted that to be like 100% accurate. But another thing that I would go on would be also like verbiage that was used in the movie. So there is a scene where Jack, I think he's talking to Rose and he mentions something. I can't remember if he was talking to Rose or not, but he does mention something about going fishing with his grandfather at Lake Wasada. And Lake Wasada, like I looked that up, and that is actually a man-made lake that was created in 1917. Now, all the listeners know, the Titanic sank in 1912. I mean, that's just common knowledge. So the lake itself was made 5 years after the Titanic sank. And then another scene in the movie, I do know he is talking to Rose because he tells her he's going to take her to the Santa Monica Pier so they could ride the roller coaster. Well, the roller coaster, it was manufactured by D.H. Morgan and
my kind of guy.
But it actually, construction for it started in 1916, which is 4 years after the Titanic. So it wasn't even open in 1916. It was open later than that, I think 1921. But they started the construction on the roller coaster in 1916.
And Rose didn't call bullshit on any of this.
No, because she didn't know. She didn't know. I mean, she had never seen the world, man.
She was stuck in her bubble. And you know what? That's just fine.
And then
and stuff like that, it's like I get it. They're trying to add I guess depth to the characters that they put in the film. So obviously Jack is a fictional character. Rose, I'm pretty sure she was not an actual person, but I don't know. I'm not sure. If she was an actual person, I feel like she would have been able to provide some context, maybe some history, what she was able to recall, but
yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Well, it's actually kind of funny that you say something about like her character being real, like you're not sure. But another break off or another fan theory about this would be maybe Jack was imaginary and she just made him up.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah, because I think like you don't really see them together at first, like their paths don't cross until she goes up to the boat, like onto the rail and stuff, because she's just going to jump off and kill herself. But then like he grabs her hand and he was like, whoa, like no, you can't kill yourself. But another thing that brings that fan theory up is Bill Paxton. He plays, I think his character's name is Brock. And what they're trying to do is like they're looking for the heart of the something, I can't remember what the hell it was called, but it's the ruby necklace or the jewel necklace that Rose has. They're looking for that in the wreckage of the Titanic. But his character tells Rose, he was like, I can't find like a trace of Jack. Like there's no evidence that Jack ever existed. But Rose replies, no, there wouldn't be, would there? So that could kind of tell the audience or anyone watching, be like, he only existed in my mind.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Fight Club.
Yeah.
But totally different.
Yeah. And I mean, a bunch of other fan theories have broken off from that. You know, like there's one that says, you know, like when the ship first sank and they go underwater, that they got separated in the water and Jack actually died then, but his ghost came back and helped Rose to the door, to get on the door, and he stayed with her until she was rescued.
I mean, he didn't waste any time haunting her. Good Lord.
Exactly. It's now or never, baby.
But yeah, going back to the two of them being able to fit, like, yeah, he could have laid on the door and she could have just straddled him or something, you know?
Yeah.
They would have figured it out. But I know
they could have stood and just invented paddleboarding.
Yes. I'm sure there was plenty of rubble that they could have used for paddles.
Indeed, sir, indeed.
I heard something about it not being an actual door, but like the headboard of a bed, but I could be mistaken there. I think I've only seen the movie one time, and that was right after I graduated high school. Yes, I'm showing my age now, folks.
Yeah, well, I mean, hell, I was working at the movie theater after I graduated high school, and I saw it 2 times, and both times it was because I worked at the movie theater.
Yeah. One of the perks.
Yeah, I mean, but I've never had a desire really to watch this movie
again.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it twice, and it's like, okay, yeah, you know, all right, I've seen it twice. I think that's enough for me. And there are probably people out there that are like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. It's like the greatest movie ever made. And who knows? Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, there's a little gem out there called Army of Darkness. It's far better.
Yeah, we haven't done that movie yet, but it should be.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. Did you want to? I mean, this is something we'll discuss offline here, but I guess that could be like a Halloween, like around Halloween time, perhaps. But I mean, for you, I know you could do that any time of year.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's an all-year movie, baby.
But
I can watch that right now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So you're saying if I put on this movie, there will be no trouble?
No trouble at all.
I'm pretty sure you'll be just fine. Yeah. I'd appreciate it if you didn't bring this up again. I don't think we have the budget for that.
Well, going back to the fan theories real quick, the one that I thought was funny, and I mean, it would be hysterical because James Cameron's involved with both, is that Rose is the grandmother of Sarah Connor. So that's why Jack was sent back. So he could save Sarah Connor's grandmother so she could give birth to Sarah Connor's mother, who could give birth to Sarah Connor, who could give birth to John Connor, and start the resistance against the machines.
I mean, that's the best one yet, to be honest with you.
I know. I mean, when I read it, I remember laughing so hard because I'm just like, oh my God. And then, but as people were sitting there saying, they're like, no, it totally makes sense because James Cameron, like, he did both of them. So it has to be. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. It has to be.
Anytime,
you know, they tried.
Yeah,
they tried to go back and kill Sarah Connor, and then they were like, you know what? Screw it. Let's mess with Rose. Let's go back even further.
Yeah, we gotta go way back.
Yeah, they'll never expect this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but anytime. No, I'm not sorry, but anytime they somehow connect a movie to the Terminator, I'm completely on board with it. And I think they just need to keep doing that more.
Yes, every movie out there should be connected to the Terminator
In
somehow.
some way. Because even The Matrix was tied to the Terminator, which is awesome.
Yeah. This doesn't have to do with the Terminator, but I mean, I laughed so hard. I had a cousin, his name's J4, and he sent me something the other day, an article about how there has not been a good movie since Smokey and the Bandit. And they had like these little false like interviews with like Martin Scorsese, and he was like, every movie I've done since Smokey and the Bandit is like lived in the shadow of Smokey and the Bandit.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny reading them. I think one of them was from James Cameron, and he was like, everything I've done is crap as long as Smokey and the Bandit's out there.
It's like he'll have to go back in time and unmake that movie just so other movies won't pale in comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. And
well, those are all the quick fan theories I have on that one.
Ah, okay. So it was just the Titanic for now.
Yeah, just the Titanic for now. I mean, trust me, I have other fan theories from other movies that I can't wait to kind of delve into.
Yeah. Well, the one that I was going to bring up, it's not really a fan theory, and I don't remember if I brought it up during any of our other episodes. I think I have. And so for that reason, I kind of don't want to mention it because I don't want to be redundant from episode to episode. But you know what? Screw it. I'll just do it again for those in case you haven't heard any of our other episodes and you're just listening to this one out of sheer morbid curiosity. There is the nod to the Goonies that was done in Jurassic Park. So you have.
Oh yeah, I love that nod. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you have Newman. And I don't remember the actor's name. I'm sure you probably know. The guy that played Newman in Seinfeld. You probably don't, do you? Or are you thinking about it?
No. I think Wayne Knight, who played Newman.
God, that's such a badass name for such a non-badass person. Because you got Bruce Wayne's last name, and you got the Dark Knight. I mean, that's just freaking cool. Anyway, in Jurassic Park, when his character meets up with the guy to explain to him, it's like an archaeologist or a scientist that is basically going to steal the technology. Yeah, no, Dotson. We got Dotson here.
We got Dotson here. I think my favorite part of that entire thing is when
nobody gives a shit.
When they bring the check, and he's just staring at the guy, and he looks down at the check, and he was like, "Don't get cheap now, Dotson."
What bothers me is he ruined a perfectly good piece of pie because he sprays shaving cream on his hand, and he didn't have anywhere else to put it, so he puts it on the pie, so it looks like whipped cream. But he's got that can.
Who cares? It wasn't his pie.
He's got that modified can of Barbasol shaving cream that's going to be used to transport dinosaur embryos. But in that scene, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, which is basically the same color and similar pattern to what Chunk was wearing in the Goonies.
Yes.
Later on in the movie, he's wearing a members-only jacket, like a grayish or like a beige kind of members-only jacket that, what was Corey Feldman's? Mouth. So Mouth was wearing that in the Goonies. And then later on in the scene where that one dinosaur spits that tar shit in his face, he's wearing a yellow, like, rain poncho. And Mikey in the Goonies is wearing a yellow rain poncho. So it's like, and because they're both Steven Spielberg movies, that was kind of like a nod to the Goonies, and I thought that was pretty sweet that they
Yeah,
did that.
that is.
There was the other, it was like a tie to, wasn't it Back to the Future? There's some kind of a theory, and I don't want to get into it too much because we could probably do a whole nother episode on it, but it had something to do with the date that the Goonies took place, which, if I'm not mistaken, it was like October 28th, right around there.
No, I think it was October 25th of
1985.
Yeah, something like that. And the Goonies, I think that's what it plays out to, is like the Goonies and Back to the Future both happened on the exact same day.
Right. As if somehow when Marty goes back in time, it's like it created a new timeline, and like right around that same time, the events that happened in the Goonies took place after that break in the timeline or something like that. But
right.
Yeah, I'd like to look more into that, and I'd definitely like to do another episode just related to that that specific fan theory. But there's so many of them out there that we've just got endless material.
Yeah, just so many things we can do.
So many activities. But no, I mean that's kind of interesting. Like, not having to break down an entire movie, but just interesting concepts or perspectives that others have had based on some of these films. It's definitely entertaining to hear about and kind of form our own opinions and see if we can agree or disagree and go from there. But yeah, I think this will be one of many fan theory episodes moving forward. But
yeah, and I mean, I would really like to, in all honesty, I mean, I would like the listeners, to reach out and let us know if they've heard of a fan theory.
Yeah.
On anything that we've done already, or anything that we might have missed. I think that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, if you want to give us some thoughts on the Titanic, or if you have a fan theory that you'd like us to talk about, definitely hit us up on the socials. You can find us on Instagram at The Quotable Podcast. Yes, I actually added the word "the." So it's official, The Quotable Podcast, and we are also on X at, oh god,
yeah, it's at Quotable Podcast.
It's at Quotable Podcast, but the O's are zeros.
Yes.
So there's that. That was the only workaround, unfortunately. Whoever.
Yeah, because someone out there has Quotable Podcast, and they haven't tweeted anything
since like 2017 or something crazy.
Yeah, I think it was even before that. I think they had one tweet from 2016, and that was it.
Yeah, and I could not find a way to contact X or Elon Musk directly just to ask him, hey, come on, do us a solid, and we just need to, like, I'll pay you $5 just to use the Quotable Podcast on your platform, man. Come on.
Come on. Throw us a bone.
But anyway, so Instagram at The Quotable Podcast, on X at Quotable Podcast, but the O's are zeros. Let us know what fan theories you'd like to hear, and if you actually reach out, we'll give you a shout out on one of our next episodes. So something to look forward to.
Indeed.
Yeah. So anything else to add?
No, I think, well, another thing that I did want to add was what I had talked to you about last week, I think, was maybe coming up here over the course of the next few months or something. Morgan and I are going to have a little thing going on where he's going to pick a movie, I'll pick a movie, he picks a movie, I pick a movie. And what we're going to do is run a little contest, and you guys can guess who picked what movie.
Yeah, because I think you said May has like 5 Mondays in it or something.
I believe so. I can't remember. I can't. I think May has 5 Mondays, but maybe like in June, maybe if June and July both have four, we could run like a 2 month contest
Yeah.
or something. So it could be like, so just for example, it could be like, three of my movies first, then one of Morgan's, and we'll do it something like that.
Yeah, and then
So,
you
or
guys
it could
have to
just be back
guess.
and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys can guess which one of us picked which movies,
right.
and we'll make that one of our poll questions once we reach the end of that window. So that could be pretty interesting. Let's see how
Yeah.
well you know Morgan and Dutch.
Oh, it's time to get intimate, baby.
Oh yeah. Turn out the lights. Awesome. Well, this was a fun one, man. I'm glad we had the opportunity to do this, and the fact that we can record without you having to physically be here is a huge time saver, and it's a lot more convenient for you. So glad we had a chance to test this out and make it work. But if you have nothing else to add.
No, I don't have anything this time.
All right, good deal. All right, well, until next time, everybody. Quotable Podcast.
Quotable Podcast.
Out.